Welcome to Spotlight by Girl Talk. I'm Elizabeth Vargas with special guest today,
Rob Angel.
Rob Angel. I'm telling you right now, you already know who he is. You just don't know yet. Rob is the inventor, the mind behind the board game Pictionary. Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Angel. Woo! I was so thrilled that Rob was in town. He lives in Portugal right now, but he's in California for just a few days. Rob's been a dear friend of mine for over 25, 30 years. How many years?
Enough.
Yeah, enough of years from Seattle. And he texted me and he said that I had come up on his feed and that he saw that I had a little podcast, but now a show. And I asked him if he'd come on and he graciously said yes.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you.
So you have been traveling around the world. So first off, creating Pictionary is absolutely epic. 50 plus million copies sold globally.
Yep.
60 countries, 45, how many languages?
40, well, and counting, 45.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it is a game that has graced all of our homes, at least mine. And I believe it's still gracing people's home to this day.
It's still a big seller after 40 years. Yeah, and it was fabulous.
Today I want to get into, we only have a short hour, but today I want to get into, first off, the foundation of Pictionary. You as an entrepreneur, I know you were a waiter.
Yep.
And you've said this story plenty of times. We'll get into the nitty gritty, but tell my audience from the beginning, just a quick little, how did you come up with Pictionary? What happened? You were sitting there waiting tables and some little kid was drawing on the table, or what happened?
It was actually that simple, right? I didn't overthink the idea. I was waiting tables late at night. The 4 roommates lived with 3 roommates, and the 4 of us would literally just start sketching words out of the dictionary. One night, one guy was doodling, and I go, hey, that looks like fun. 2 guys there, 2 guys here. And we just started sketching. And if you won, there was no rules, no game. You get a swig of beer and pizza. And we just kept playing night after night after night. And then the friends started showing up, and then other friends. And so every night for weeks on end, we're literally just sketching words out of the dictionary. And I'm going, well, maybe this would make a good board game. It was 1982. There was no internet. There was no social media. There was nothing except board games. So that was where my mindset was. I go, let's give it a shot.
Let me back up. There was no internet? What year was this again?
In fact,
wasn't it dial-up?
The PC wasn't even on, there was like 8% penetration of the PC.
You've got mail. Was afterwards?
Way after.
Wow,
way after.
Rob, okay.
That's how old this and I am.
No, but I mean, okay, so that stimulated your mind.
100%.
So you love that stimulation and you were like, other people, how did you know other people? Because people were coming over and you said, this could be something.
That's exactly what, I mean, it's almost cliche, but it's true. Every night we'd get there, and if my friends or I were in a bad mood, we start playing this silly game, as I call it. And then all of a sudden, our moods are elevated. And I'm going, okay. And it just became fun. There was no, I'm going to make a board game, and this is really cool. It's like, I'm having a ball.
Right.
And if I figure if I could put that much fun in a box, that's my product.
Very organic.
Very organic.
It had nothing to do with the beers you were drinking.
It was totally different.
It had
everything to do with the beer we were drinking.
Okay,
At
so
22,
it was 22 beer drinking game, and would you just drink if you didn't, if you couldn't pick the picture?
Well, no, it was the other way around. At 22, if you got the word right, you got to drink.
Oh, I see. I see.
So there was a little motivation.
So then, at what point? And my apologies if you've been interviewed by a million people, but I just want my audience to know. So at what point did you say, let's make this, did you tell the group, let's make this a business? Or how did that happen?
Yeah, I kind of did, right? At 22, change the world.
Right.
Oh, no, I wasn't. I was going to do, I didn't know what I was going to do. But I said to them, this would make a good board game, and fell on deaf ears. And so I had this idea, and I didn't do anything with it. So I'm 22, decided to go to Europe and do all these things, but I couldn't get it out of my mind, right?
Okay.
It's like I equate it to when you're in the shower, and then you have this great idea, and you get out, and by the time you're done drying your hair, you forget it. I couldn't forget it. 3 years. I wasn't ready, wasn't mentally, whatever you want to say. And then one day, now I'm 25, and 3 years later, I go, if I don't do it, and somebody else does, I'll never forgive myself.
Wow.
The what if somebody else does it, if I see it on the shelf, because everybody sees a product they came up with on the shelf. And if I did that, I would have killed myself.
Huh.
And so I just started working on it slowly.
By yourself?
Yeah, it was kind of lonely and boring for a while, but yeah, no, I just wasn't even interested in partners or anybody else. I go, I'm just going to, get started.
Did you tell them you were working on it, or just keep it silent because they weren't, nobody really brought it to fruition but you? You're like, okay,
Right.
3 years later, I'm going to do this. So did you keep it quiet until you really had something solidified as far as a business plan, or how did that work?
For the roommates?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to say I had integrity. So before I really even started, I went to them and I said, hey, I'm going to do this. Are you guys? And they said no. And I said, okay, I'm taking it. Right? It's mine now.
So you did ask them?
I certainly asked them.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So you're a kind, generous soul from what I know of you. So you obviously have always been, because you offered them the opportunity and they said no.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
my voice just went up and on.
that's from traveling all over Europe.
Oh, there you go.
So now you have this idea.
Yep.
It takes money and you're a waiter. So how did you swing it? A lot of people, a lot of entrepreneurs are frustrated. And I think with today's economy, I'm very blessed to have you on today, because with today's economy and the way that the administration is going, entrepreneurs are popping up like wildfire.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. They are really, they see a future. They see they can build something. They just don't know how, because for the last decade, we've been told, don't do anything, just be a follower. So now we've got these leaders all popping up, knowing that there's now an opportunity for them to make it.
Yeah.
But how? So that's why meeting people like you that have done it back in the day can give advice to these young entrepreneurs on how to make it today. Even the same ideological avenue applies across the board, right?
Of course, nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed. Okay, so now you have to raise money. What do? You
beg, you borrow, you steal. That's not changed either.
Really?
Of course not.
Yeah, you're right.
Right? But you don't. But the misnomer is you've got to raise millions of dollars to get started. You don't, right? Break it down, break your business down, break your idea down. And with AI, it's even easier. So break it down what you need to get started.
Okay.
Right? And then do it that way, whether it's friends and family, of course. Now there's a VC on every street corner, right? There's crowdfunding. There's so many opportunities now to raise funds. So when I did it, it was $35,000. That was the original investment. And I had borrowed money from my uncle back to finish college. And I paid him back, right? That was the deal. 9 months after college, you're supposed to pay him back. And I started paying him back. Well, I was a man of my word, and I paid him back.
So he believed in you.
So he believed in me. If I hadn't paid that loan back, I wouldn't have been a mensch.
Not good for it.
No, and I never would have funded it. That's what got us started.
Wow.
Yeah.
So proof of concept, proof of reliability. You a proven track record. And what was your major in, or did you graduate college or?
Business administration, which was a catch-all for I have no idea what I'm going to do, but I like business. Let's try that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did they teach you accounting in there?
You take an accounting class and a marketing class and a business class, entrepreneur class. So it's just a catch-all.
But do you recommend that for entrepreneurs to take that on the side? Because you can take them online now. Would you recommend that?
Yeah.
Just take a quick business administration class. That way you're kind of all the different avenues, right?
You know the avenue. You can't tell somebody what to do if you don't know how to do it yourself.
Right.
Now, that's not to say you have to become an accountant or you have to become a branding expert or a marketing expert.
Okay.
But getting the basics of everything really does help. So when you're going along your business, you can navigate a little easier.
Yeah. And also saves you a lot of money if you know what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
You can't get ripped off so easy.
Well, sometimes that happens too, even when you know what you're doing.
All right. So next phase, you get the funding, you build this product.
Yep.
I stalked your Instagram, which is, by the way, what is your Instagram again? It's
The Rob Angel.
The Rob Angel, the man that created Pictionary.
Did I put that on there?
I think it's on there. It's great. But you really give highlights on what it took to build this business based on an idea and a brand. You branded it.
It was
also.
a brand. It wasn't a game.
It was a brand.
It was a brand.
Yeah. So I noticed you built a brand first. Can you explain why you chose to build the brand first and what that first initial step was? So I know you told me earlier that there's one step you have to do. And what's that?
Get started.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
It was like 47.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I was when I was deciding to do it, back in 1984, I was overwhelmed with everything. Back then, again, no sour grapes, there was no internet, so I marketing plans, business plans, raising capital, just, the mystery of it scared me, right? It was like, okay, so I had to break it down to the simplest, easy step. And right, in business, really, the simplest answer is usually the right answer. And so in this case, that's what it was. So I broke it down. What's the easiest thing? The words. I'll make a word list.
Okay.
Right? That was it. It's pretty simple. So I went literally what was in front of me, right? Now, whatever is in front of you, yellow legal tablet, pencil.
Did you really use the yellow one?
Oh, hell
You're
yes.
so classic.
And by the way,
this is priceless.
and by the way, I still have them. I'm a pack rat.
What?
I still have the original word lists. Yeah.
Do you have a picture of it?
I do, actually.
Okay, we're gonna throw it up on the screen for you at home so you can see this original list, because I know most of you have played this game.
And by the way, neatness does not count because my penmanship and my gameplay suck. So anyway.
Well, we're gonna play a little bit later with the girls.
Don't
The
make
ladies
me.
of Girl Talk are coming on.
Don't make me.
No, Francis and Christine are excited.
Right.
They used to have it in their house. So anyway, okay. So
I broke it down to its simplest first step. Again, the easiest answer usually is. So I literally went in the backyard with things in my house, opened up the dictionary, and this had been 40 years, and I still know exactly where it was on the page. That's why I look here automatically. That's how important this moment was, the moment of creation. So I wrote down, I looked, AA, aardvark. That was it.
Wow.
I wrote down the word aardvark, but that was the moment. Literally everything changed.
The aha moment.
The aha moment, because I'm a waiter. I don't really know what I'm going to do, blah, blah, blah. So I wrote down that word, and it was like, oh, this just became real, right? I just get my posture even changes when I talk about it, right? It became real. And so I go, okay, now what? So I wrote another word and another word. So by the time I was done, 2 months later, 5,018 words. I have it on my yellow legal tablet.
Wow.
But my mind changed. Every day I was writing words. So now I'm no longer a waiter. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a game inventor.
Was it hard for you every day to write a word, or it was your passion, so you just wrote a word? It wasn't like, oh, God, I got to write a word. You actually, the passion was there, right?
The passion was there. I read the dictionary, every word. That's where it came from. I didn't make it up in my head. I'm reading like 40,000, 50,000.
So you're doing your own research and development from a piece of paper.
From a piece of paper.
No internet.
But writing it down, it reinforced it, right? This is neuroplasticity now. We all know it now, but I didn't realize at the time. I was writing a word, my brain is going, entrepreneur. Next word, entrepreneur. And so that hasn't changed either.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you wrote down the words. Now you're getting ready to create the product.
Yeah.
And have you told your roommates yet?
They saw me in the backyard working the word list. So yeah, they knew I was going to do something.
Okay.
Yeah,
and did they want in at that point, or were they still like, nah?
The honest answer is I didn't ask them.
Because you'd already asked them.
I'd already asked them.
Okay.
But I knew, business 101. I knew my skills, and I knew what I needed help with.
Yeah.
And they didn't have those skills.
Okay. So the key point I wanted to point out, and the reason why I keep asking, is because there's so many people in this world that miss opportunity when it's right in front of them.
Oh, yeah.
It's presented right there. But it takes that one special person to take that idea and bring it to fruition.
Yep.
And there's oftentimes this misconception that, oh, this person didn't come up with it. Okay, well, that's true, but this person took it to market.
For sure.
And that's why that's valuable.
Absolutely. Like you're saying, there was 4 guys in this room.
Yeah.
And plus all the other friends that were playing.
Yeah.
But I'm the one that saw the vision. I'm the one that saw the potential.
What you could do with it.
What you could do with it.
Yeah.
And when you're playing with your friends, or you're doing anything, anywhere, anytime, motivation, inspiration can hit, right? But you have to be open to it. I call it being open. You have to be ready for it.
Yes.
You have to be aware. And
prepared.
You have to be prepared.
But what do they call it? Prepared awareness.
For sure.
And people used to call me an opportunist. Always. You're an opportunist. I used to think it was a bad word.
No,
I'm an opportunist. If I see an opportunity, I'm going to seize it. Don't fault me and make me a villain, because I see an opportunity and I'm seizing it. So so let's move on from that. So now you are ready to go. You have your words.
I'm ready to go.
You're ready to go. So packaging and design. How did this happen? Or what's the next step? So for any entrepreneur watching this, because right now I feel like I could create Pictionary. Like you've really nailed it down where I feel like I could create it.
You could.
Okay, so keep going.
So Mr. Pictionary can't draw. I do a lot of things well.
Okay.
But graphics is not one of them. So I got a partner who was much better at it than I did, and he designed the game. Right? He became a partner. Now, I could do it with AI or online.
We're going to see it later. We actually have a whiteboard for you from the 80s.
No.
We brought a whiteboard for you. Okay, so you've got a partner.
I got a partner, but I knew my skill set. But could I do it now? I could do it. If I was doing Pictionary, use AI to design the product. Here's what I'm looking for, blah, blah, blah. But I like the camaraderie. I like the give and take. I like, when things went bad, we had a partnership that we could work through it together. So I really enjoyed. And that was my experience, right? If you don't have it now, you don't. But for me, that was one of the beauties of the game is those collaborations I had with people.
The journey.
The journey's the fun part.
Okay.
Those first 5 years when every day we'd wake up going, what are you going to do today? I don't know, but it'll be fun and we'll figure it out.
Okay.
That by far was the most fun. Those first 5 years of not having a clue and winging it but working our asses off.
So wait, did you sell a product in the first 5 years or just development?
Oh no, we had 18 months to get a physical product.
Okay, so 18 months to get a physical product between how many partners?
3. I had another guy.
Okay, so there's 3 of you. 18 months, you got this product.
Yeah.
How did you get it to market? What did you do? Just because there's no internet.
There's no internet.
How did you market it? How did you get into people's houses? Did you knock on their door and be like, hey, I've got Dictionary and Pictionary. Who wants to buy what?
If I'd have done it that way, I probably would have sold more games. But yes.
Really?
Seriously. Word of mouth, right? Our whole gig was getting the pencil in people's hands. And the way to do that was to get it in store shelves. So we didn't have access back in 1985 to Toys R Us and Walmart. They didn't take independent games. So I'm going, okay, what do I do? Again, I was selling a brand. I was selling fun. Going, everybody likes fun. Everybody needs to sell fun. I literally, Elizabeth, I'm not making it up, put the game under my arm. There's only 3 toy stores in all of Seattle. So if I sold
Toys R Us?
No, independent.
Oh.
I couldn't get them.
Oh.
So I get the 3 small toy stores, and then I'm just going to be sitting on my butt waiting for somebody to, go into the toy store. So I'm going, we called it alternative distribution. I literally put the game under my arm, walk down the street, walk into every storefront. I didn't care what you sold, and I would sell them a 6-pack of games. I sold a real estate company.
A 6-pack of games?
We had 6.
So you literally just sold ma and pa shops that are like knick-knack shops, anybody you can imagine.
Anybody. I sold real estate company. I sold
Pimp My
pharmacies.
Pictionary.
Yeah, pharmacy, exactly. Family values, have it on the counter. I didn't care, but I had this shtick, and it really worked out. But I was putting it in places people never saw the game before.
Oh.
So instead of Nordstrom was our big account.
You got Nordstrom's in Seattle?
We got Nordstrom, right? I walked in, and I offered them the Star and the Moons. I'll take the games back, blah, blah, blah. So that was...
Oh, you did the Costco version.
Costco, exactly.
I'll take it back if they don't sell.
I didn't care. I made it up as I went, but they took it. But before us, by necessity, nobody was selling in those distributions. So nobody was selling department stores till I was forced. It was a blast, though. And you'd see me at the bottom of the escalator in downtown Nordstrom, little table like this.
Oh, so you had a kiosk, like a little...
I was the Ginsu knife guy. Remember
what?
That? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Yeah, no, it was a blast.
So you really, really had passion for this project.
Oh, you can talk about business, you can talk about all this stuff, and I can tell you all about the story about Pictionary. But the first time a completed game was in my hand, it was literally like my baby. I'm looking down at this thing like, we did it, I did it, I'm going to take care of you, I'm going to shit out of you. And I'm going to that was the passion play. I didn't have passion until then. I was motivated, certainly. And I wanted to get it done, certainly. But the second I saw that thing...
You saw blood, sweat, and tears. You were like...
right there, baby. I saw it right there. That was a big moment.
That feeling must have it gives me goosebumps thinking about it, because I know that feeling. You have a product and you're ready to go, and you could sell it.
Absolutely. And if you have a website or a game, anything, it doesn't matter what the medium is. For me, it was a physical game, but when you see it, all that hard work paying off, and now you really can start running, not just looking and building, but just let's do it. That's powerful, powerful moment.
So you have these moments where, as an entrepreneur, that you pivot in your mind where you go, okay, now the development phase is over. Now we have the product. Now it's the selling phase. So how did you mentally prepare yourself for, were your other roommate or your other two partners, were they in sales? Did they do anything? Were you just it? You were it. You were okay, now we got this product. I'm hustling and bustling. And now what happens? You get into Nordstrom's, but how did sales go? Was it like a tanker? Was it good?
I don't know. Well, at first not so well, because they're coming down the escalator and I throw a pencil and a paper and I go, play my game. And they'd go, I want a handbag and shoes. And they'd run away.
Okay.
I mean, it didn't go well at first. And then I figured out if I show them a picture of a cat, they'll go, oh, I can guess, not draw. So we figured out Pictionary was a guessing game, not a drawing game. And that was a big transformational moment.
So it's a mental stimulation versus just a physical.
Yeah.
Hey.
And then it just started. I mean, we caught fire very quickly. And we worked our butts off. I'd be at the bottom of the escalator 12 hours in a day, every day. So we were doing the work.
Dang, I wish I had lived there at that time. That would have been awesome to see you.
I was.
Do you have any pictures of that?
I do.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm going to post those for you at home. This is exciting because I know that we're used to girl talk and, but having entrepreneurs on here, we really want to show you and your families how you can make it, how you can create something from nothing. And Rob is a stellar example of creating something from nothing, working your butt off. And this story is phenomenal. So now you are at the bottom of the escalator.
Yeah.
And then what happens after that? Did you just start blowing up and then what?
We started blowing up in Seattle and then we had to scale. And that was difficult for us because back then, the only place you could get money was a bank. But didn't have VCs on every street corner. Everybody wasn't throwing money at ideas. And of course, a bank is not going to loan money on a game, right? There's no collateral there. They don't want a game.
You didn't have enough units sold.
Even if we did, they don't care.
Oh.
They're not going to loan on a board game because they weren't as popular as they are now. And so we had to license. And so we give some big company the manufacturing, distribution, marketing, and sales, and they give us a royalty. This sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
This sounds really good. So I'm making $500 a month. I'm driving a 10-year-old piece of shit car, and I'm living in a 900 square foot apartment. That's the setup to the biggest situation of my life to that moment. So we have to license. We get a meeting with Hasbro, biggest company in the world. We go in, and they give us the biggest royalty rate they've ever given anybody. They have everything, marketing plans. I mean, this is amazing. The one thing they wouldn't put in the contract was they wouldn't touch the packaging, the rules, the words, the essence of the game, right? And we knew what we had. We knew we had something pretty special. And we were afraid of them screwing it up, right? Because our financial future.
Because they're a big conglomerate. They think that they know everything.
Exactly. It's exactly what it is. And so we're sitting there with the contract. All I have to do, Elizabeth, is sign this little piece of paper and I'm a millionaire. That's it. For $500 a month, 1 or 2 million, I don't know what it was. We said, we need those guarantees. They said no.
Oh.
So now I got the biggest decision of my young life. Do I say no or do I do this, right?
Pivotal moment.
Short-term game or long-term success.
Wow.
That's what we're looking at. Short-term game is sign the contract, do something else because they want us out. I said, no. I'm going back to waiting tables if this screws up. If this doesn't blow up now, I wasn't willing. I risked going back to waiting tables rather than signing a contract that wasn't right.
To maintain the integrity of your brand. So you knew what you had.
We knew what we had.
Yep.
And to maintain that integrity, we turned them down, right? And, we're going, okay, we turned them down. The next day I'm going, fuck.
I would have been like,
yeah, I got to tell you, it wasn't like kumbaya. I was like, fuck. But it was the right decision. We absolutely knew, all three partners. And the universe has a habit of, helping those people that help themselves. 2 months later, we did another deal, a joint venture with entrepreneurs. We got a bigger contract, all our guarantees, more money. And that's why I'm sitting here today. If Hasbro had done it, there's 100 reasons. If I'd let Hasbro take the product, it would have died.
So Hasbro wasn't the one with $1,000 first order with the 500,000 cards you had to organize yourself. Who was that? Okay, so I read that you had a first order, your first big order of 1,000 units.
We produced the first 1,000 games by hand in my apartment. This wasn't like push a button, get some games sent to you. I had 9 companies supplying parts to my apartment. Again, 900 square feet. And the one thing that showed up late were the cards. We did 1,000 games, 500 cards per game. That's 500,000. They were supposed to come sorted. They came like fill this table full of 500,000 game cards, and we have to sort those to get them in the game. We got 7 days before the launch. And this was one of those moments. I would love to tell you, when they came unsorted, I'd love to tell you that I was very calm and collected. I lost my freaking mind. I'm going, we're done.
Wait, they just came in a big bag?
They came in boxes like this.
Oh, my Lord.
But they were supposed to come sorted, 500. And so...
it said 18 hours a day for 6 days straight. You all just organized the cards for each game for your first orders.
First 1,000.
Oh, my gosh.
It was nuts. But we overcame.
Yeah.
But at first it wasn't. But, everything has a silver lining.
Yeah.
And, we realized it didn't happen to us. It happened for us because by the time we were done, we knew we could overcome anything.
Yeah.
Right? It's never the good stuff that challenges you.
Right.
It's those challenges. That's when we knew we could do it together, right? That's when the rubber meets the road. That's when we knew we could do anything. And
we're going to make it.
That empowered us for the rest of our business life, really.
So you get this all done. You finally kind of streamline. You're still in your apartment. When did you move out of your apartment and realize that you were successful now? How did it jump from like sorting them yourself to, wow, this is successful? Was it a long journey? How many year journey was that?
It wasn't very long at all. We got so lucky. We start June 1, 1985, which is coming 40th
anniversary. By the way, your 40th anniversary is coming up.
40th anniversary. I don't know when this is going to air, but the 40th anniversary.
Next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I go back to $500 a month. And we launched June 1. By July of the following year. So what's that?
13 months.
Year and a half. We've already licensed and getting our first royalty check 18 months later. It's in the book. I went from $500 a month. The first royalty check was $179,000.
Shut up!
This is 1985 money. That's
like $1 million today.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this like, I got to move out.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And that's in your book.
It's in the book.
Gamechanger.
I usually don't give numbers, but that's in the book. Yeah, no, it was nutty times, and it just got bigger and bigger from there.
Well, okay, so were your two partners like, man, we should have helped him sell more?
No, the partners were great. They were fine. Everybody was fine. No,
they were like, thanks, Rob. Just keep up the good work.
Yeah, no, they're okay too. They're okay.
So now you're becoming successful. The game is everywhere. The world knows you. Because I remember it. We all bought it. We all went to Barnes & Noble. Was it Barnes & Noble back then?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they had stores that you would actually physically go in and buy books.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still do, but so there's a point as an entrepreneur where now your engine is rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, your money's coming in. Were you ever second guessing what's next? Where am I going with my life? The royalty checks just keep coming in, right?
Yeah.
So then you as an adult, now you're getting older, you've made this money. And I know that I'm not sure if it's in your book, but I know that you went through some personal reflection and changes mentally.
Yeah.
And I want to touch on that a little bit because you became very successful and everybody in Seattle knew you. You're from Seattle, so you were like the hot dog running around. Like, I
used to be the young kid, then I became, everybody wanted it.
Everybody wanted kid. Yeah, I remember going to your parties. They were bomb. Anyway, but, and that ages me by saying the word bomb. You're welcome, internet. Soundbite. But, you were it. You were the hot to trot. I am successful guy. But you also had mentioned that you went through some depression. through
Yeah.
the transition? How did,
Yeah.
I know a lot of entrepreneurs, they want to make it. And then when they make it, they don't know how to keep it or they get depressed. And can you
Right.
explain a little bit how, first off, you got depressed, why,
Yeah.
and secondly, how you overcame it? Because you seem really well today.
I feel pretty good. I've said a couple of times now that I went, 1,000 miles an hour with my hair on fire.
Okay.
But I did not take care of myself. And I use the word mindfulness and all this other stuff right now is very popular, but I just was going so hard and for me so fast, they used to call it burnout. I didn't take care of myself mentally. I didn't slow down in those moments where I knew I needed to. And I just kept charging too hard. And I suffered. I'll say a breakdown, right? And it wasn't burnout. It wasn't the overwhelming feeling of everything's coming down on me from a business standpoint. I just couldn't cope. To be honest with you, I couldn't cope. And so I had to take, as I say, a time out. I left Pictionary for 6 months.
You left?
I left.
Weren't you the CEO?
My business partner was.
Oh.
Right? That's why the other partner was, he ran the business.
Wow.
Right? So I knew I knew I needed somebody to do that early on. So marketing, sales, I'm very good. But as a team, we were absolutely perfect. But, they could see it coming. And so I left for 6 months.
Wow.
Right in the middle.
And this is the height of the sales.
The height of the sales. I was a distraction in the office. They used to call it moody. They didn't know who was coming in the day. And I'm saying it kind of casually now.
Like a bipolar. You're like, happy and sad, happy and sad.
Yeah, who knows what they diagnosed me with today.
Yeah.
but yeah, so I just suggest to anybody, take time for yourself. Whatever that looks like, right? So take 10 minutes a day.
Where did you go? What did you do?
I went home. And I mean, if you want to get down to it,
yeah,
I didn't leave the house for a month. I mean, it was terrible. It was bad news. And so it took me a while to just not even chill, wrong choice of words, just to calm myself.
And refocus and recenter.
Refocus, recenter. And then I was able, at least a little bit after a month or two, to go, okay, maybe it's not as bad. Now my nervous system has calmed down. And now I'm not focused on the business 24/7. And then it took another 3 or 4 months for me to really feel okay.
Was it the money and the success that got your anxiety levels so high? Because I oftentimes hear that an entrepreneur will make it and then they'll just break.
Right.
Is it? I mean, at my vodka company, I'm still way off from that.
You're fine.
I'm waiting for my breakdown eventually. However, I haven't got there
yet. Maybe if I had more vodka, it wouldn't have been as bad.
But what broke you? Was it the money and success and just all the unlimited resources coming at you?
Yeah.
Or was it that you were tired of working? What was it?
That's a good question. No, it was constant overload. Constant
just
work.
Stimuli everywhere.
Stimuli, everybody's coming. I mean, everybody wanted a piece of Pictionary, for goodness sakes. And we were more than happy to indulge them. Oh, my goodness. We were taking advantage of massive opportunities. So, but just everybody coming out. I want to be clear, this is just my personality, who I am. Everybody's different. But this is what happened to me.
Yeah.
And all the input, all the stimulus, and everybody's calling, everybody's talking, from business to family to friends to everybody. And I just got overwhelmed and said, you know what? I'm going to take a little time. I need a little break. And so, the money was a little bit of it, but everybody wanting something.
Just the people wanting something from you.
Everybody wanted something.
Yeah. Every phone call was, what can you do for me?
Yeah.
Not, how are you?
Yeah.
Oh, I deal with that every day.
Yeah. And so, I just said, I can keep going like this.
Yeah.
Knowing something's wrong.
Yeah.
Or I can go take care of it.
Take a deep breath, mentally restructure your mindset.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there comes a point, and with a lot of people and entrepreneurs especially, that first off, we are human, and you go through life.
Yeah.
Some of them have had bad childhoods or have gone through a lot of turmoil, or they haven't. There's some entrepreneurs have PTSD, or they don't have PTSD. And then you can only compartmentalize your past for so long.
Right.
To where then when people are trying to add more to those compartments, your compartments are full. Like I always tell people, my circuit boards are breaking right now. My circuit board is failing on me. I have to reboot.
And how are you rebooting?
Well, you reboot. I take time and I take that few days.
Yeah.
And I just don't, I get off the internet, I get off everything. But back in the day, you didn't have the internet. Thank goodness. Or you would have probably still been in a sabbatical.
I know. That's right. Well, trust me, I'm in one now for the last 15, 20 years. So trust me, I know how to sabbatical really well.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm so proud that you were able to restructure your brain and move forward from that. So now that you came back to Pictionary afterwards.
Yeah.
And then what happened? Were you a different person? Were you... So what do you suggest for entrepreneurs? Just take that break, or
no? You take care beforehand. I mean, knowing what I know now,
you would have taken it beforehand.
I would not the break from the business, but I would have set boundaries. Right.
Okay.
Instead
boundaries.
I would have set boundaries instead of taking every call after 10 p.m. I said no more phone calls after 10.
Yes.
Right. I would have said okay, from 10 to 11 every day scheduled. I'm not doing any business. I'm going to the gym. I'm not going to me time, whatever it looks like. If you want to play a video game, it wouldn't matter. TikTok, whatever, honestly, whatever, but just recenter your brain.
Okay.
And just setting those things, right? Get a hobby. But those boundaries and the specific times, because it's easy to go, okay, at 10 o'clock tomorrow, and then all of a sudden it's 9:30 and I got one more phone call. But that's what I would have done. And I wouldn't have had to crater. I know I wouldn't have had to take a break from the business.
So this is a little deeper. Were you seeing a psychiatrist at the time or a therapist?
I saw a therapist, yeah.
And did they prescribe you medication for your depression from the business, or did you do it? Did you recenter naturally? How did you do it?
I went on medication, but it wasn't, I say, a happy pill. It wasn't like, okay.
Yeah.
It just cleared my head and my fog so I could see the world as it really was.
Right. Okay.
So it wasn't
it brought you back up to center.
It brought exactly. It brought me to center. And then I was like, okay, what do I want? Who am I? What do I need? I mean, it wasn't that dramatic. I mean, I'm saying that now, but it was like, oh, okay, maybe it's not as bad. Maybe if I just do this. And so, yeah, while it was 6 months, it was a pretty quick process to really, as you say, recenter myself.
So, but you're saying now that if you would have just taken that time to yourself in advance, you wouldn't have needed to do any of this. It would have just been fine.
Without knowing, but I'm going to say yes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was.
I have to agree with you.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that oftentimes a lot of us that work 24/7, we forget us.
Forget us.
And then you get calls to do everybody else, and you're just like overwhelmed going, what about me? Yeah. And I sometimes I can see you sit, like when I started Vargas Vodka, there was so much going on. I just sat in my room for months, like my brain, I know. I can't leave my house. I don't know why. I just sat there. Yeah. And the phone would just be ringing 24, and even today my phone rings 24/7 with somebody needing something all day long. Yeah. And I do help when I can. I like you, I'm sure. And so let's get into you giving back.
But the one quick thing I would say though, people think I thought if I left my business for even an hour, it would fall apart.
Yeah, that's what I think. But
it's like, oh my God, if I'm not there all the time, oh my goodness. So yeah, the line is, it'll be there when you get back. It'll survive you an hour a day or whatever the heck you want to do. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Your advice would be then to get good partners. If you're going to partner up, get good partners.
With again, there's 100 reasons why I'm sitting here today. My partners are one of the biggest reasons. I knew my skill set. I knew what I was good at. Yeah. And instead of trying to be this, I was this, but I was really good at this. Mm-hmm. I was really good.
You each had your skill set. You picked the right partners. You knew what skill set each one of them had, and that's vital.
Without question. And again, people think I'm this awesome, incredible CEO. No, I'm good. I admit it out loud, but it's okay with me for sure. Yeah. Right? But the marketing, the sales, the creative, the collaboration, I'm very good at that.
Well, 50 million plus sold.
Exactly. So I think I've proven my case.
You've proven your case. Okay. Yeah. So is that all in your Gamechanger book?
Yeah, it's all in the book from inception to sale, 2001.
That is phenomenal. And when did you launch the book?
COVID.
This was during COVID.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
Hey, you've been full of plenty of good ideas. Not all of them. Even the timing has to be perfect.
Sometimes timing is more important than what you're actually doing in this case. But it's a good book. I'm very, very proud.
And you can get it on Amazon.
on Amazon,
Everywhere.
all the forms.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, no, I'm very proud of it.
Is there a digital version though? Because
Of
I
course.
have dyslexia, I can't read.
There's digital, there's audio.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay, that's what I'm always having to get the audiobooks. Everyone's like, "Why do you have audiobooks?" I'm like, just don't ask.
Yeah.
So, okay, so let's talk about who you are now. I think that, okay, so you sold to Mattel in what year?
2001.
Wow.
Oh, 24 years ago.
And you've been traveling the world. You are a world traveler, Rob. What you always have been, even before. So you live in Portugal now.
Yep.
But now you're going to probably move somewhere else. Who knows? You don't know what you're doing from point A to point B.
I don't know what I'm doing after the interview, let alone where I'm living, for goodness sake. So let's,
I might take you back to Balboa Bay Club. That was a pretty good time.
Yeah.
So,
we're going to, no.
Yeah. So let's talk about your philanthropy and your giving back. And I love that you wrote this book for entrepreneurs to understand. And I love when people like you that have created such an empire give back to young people, because right now the atmosphere is one of growth for America and for other countries, obviously, but especially here. And I'm passionate about America. So I just love the young entrepreneur here. So I love to meet people like you that give back your knowledge, because there's not a lot of you. And the ones that will go on shows like mine, or the ones that will give back, are few and far between. John Paul did the same thing. And I didn't have as good a lighting and good people, but now I've got like this amazing lighting for you. You're going to look great in post. But, I think that, let's talk about, okay, so I was scrolling your Instagram, and now you've taken your wealth and you've really, besides helping entrepreneurs, you travel around to different schools. Now you did a program. Can you explain this program?
Yeah, up at Western Washington University, my alma mater.
Okay.
I did I've done and will continue a scholarship for young entrepreneurs. And what it's doing is it's in the College of Business Economics, but anybody can take the course, right? So it's coursework. And so an artist making a little entrepreneurship, a little business. And so everybody can have access to this mindset, to this growth mindset, not just entrepreneurs and young kids that are trying to do that. And obviously it's very important for
anybody
everybody.
Can take this course in Western Washington University.
Anybody can take the course, right?
Do they get to meet you?
I go up a lot. I love doing it. I was up there last month at 3 days in classes. I was doing
because there was a picture of you with the class or something like that.
Yeah,
I was like, wow, you're like in it.
I love doing that, right? And the questions are fascinating from the kids now. It's about life. It's about how to conduct yourself, how I conduct myself. The marketing, the sales really isn't. It's weird. They want to know, but it's really cool and encouraging.
But you also live you're morally clean. And I like to say that morally clean means that you practice what you preach.
I do.
You believe in who you are, and it really projects to others. Like it projects to me as well. Knowing you for this long, you've never changed. You've always been giving back. You've always been a kind soul. That's why I was so thrilled to have you on. But also, so let's also talk about this Uganda thing. You have been for 16 years building a well and just had the well spout water or whatever you call it.
We'll go with spout. I like spout. When it's spouting water.
Water. So you're big into water and bringing water to these foreign nations. Explain this, because you're wealthy now. Most people, you could sit around and do nothing, eat bonbons on a jet, but you choose to go to a foreign country and bring water to 2,600 indigenous people.
Yeah.
Explain this. Where did this come from and why? Were you over there and there was no fresh water? How did this even happen? So I want people to understand, like, once you've made it, to be fulfilled, you obviously need to give back, because you're given this gift of success in order to give back, right? You don't just get it and get a bunch of money and be selfish. You got it because the universe wants you to give back.
And you don't wait until you're hugely successful to give back. You do it along the journey.
Okay, so thank you.
In this particular case, we're talking about the well, but I've always been philanthropy oriented.
Yes.
I nonprofits and AIDS foundations and all kinds of different things for 40 years.
Live your journey how you feel your life should be, right?
For sure.
Okay.
Whatever calls you, go with it, right? Doesn't mean you have to sacrifice your business. Doesn't mean you have to sacrifice your philanthropy. You can do little bits and pieces of all of it. It's not an either or. You don't have to wait till you're rich, right? Or broke in that case. But you can do a little bit of philanthropy and do your business and just give back, however that looks. But you can do it all as you're growing and learning. And when you're hugely successful, then you can just scale your philanthropy. And that's what I'm into now, right? I'm kind of in the
You're the baller philanthropist.
There you go. The gold
You're not the GoFundMe philanthropist. You're the let's build a well and
you know, what I
Big
did
bada shakata.
for my birthday a couple of years ago, I decided to go on GoFundMe, and I gave $100 to 100 different GoFundMe pages. I just kind of, this is interesting. That was fun, right?
Oh my God, you're
so
amazing.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. But the wells, so I went 16, 17 years ago to Rwanda, documentary on the Rwanda Film Festival.
Okay.
Had a ball, but I met a couple of local doctors who were showing me, I went into the bush, as we say. So I saw the need then. Kind of like Pictionary, when it took me 3 years, this took me 15 years.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm just be honest.
Your face, you were crying. You were like,
oh my God.
There's water.
It was one of the most
Very
overwhelming.
emotional.
I can cry right now.
It's very.
It was one of the most overwhelming feelings I've ever experienced, that this thing we take for granted, it comes out of our tap. They're drinking water in this village that I've adopted, that I wouldn't let my dog drink this water. And it was just an amazing thing to see this. And I will say, one of the things that was worse than waterborne illness is that I met parents that were following me, a grandmother with this young boy, to collect water. And because I wanted to see. And I thought it was because she didn't know that, this white guy taking her son off. Well, a grandson. But when the sun came up, she left. What it was in this village of 1,300 people, kids were drowning collecting water. They would go out into this lake, and on the banks of the river or the lake was where the animals were, where there was worse water. So they would go out into the middle of the lake to collect water and drowning. They weren't teaching them how to swim, right? So if you can imagine, as a parent, 2 and 3 times a day when you're sending your child to go collect water, they may not come back. Think of the angst, right? I'm talking about the angst of people calling me. That's real angst. That's a real problem.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things we're trying to solve by building the well and the waterborne illness, on and on and on, not just the water for water's sake. There's just so many moving parts to it.
And you being able to create something from nothing with Pictionary and take that wealth and really apply it to humanity is very admirable, Rob. And I know a lot of people today need fresh water. And I'm a huge water advocate.
Right.
With John Paul, they're creating desalination plants in Texas. Yeah, we're going to talk about that later. In fact, I'm flying there to go check out the new vessels. But I believe that fresh water is a human right.
For sure.
And if we don't have fresh water, we don't have health for our future. Yeah. And to see, I watched your Instagram, and I'm going to urge everybody to go to Rob's Instagram and just watch the story. It's very touching, because we all live in an area in the United States or wherever you're watching this where you can turn on a faucet. But there's families and kids and people out there that have no access to health. There's no access to anything. There's no future without water. And
it's a solvable problem.
It's a solvable, you can solve it. It's that easy.
It can be solved.
Yes.
This isn't like rocket science.
But it takes people like you. It's going to take wealthy individuals like you, because the governments don't seem to care. They just don't.
They've got other priorities.
They got other priorities. But water is a major crisis.
Right.
Water is a global crisis. So
I kind of go, why do I have to go to whatever country?
Yeah.
Why aren't the government?
Why aren't you guys providing water for your people?
Again, they've got other issues.
Yeah. But also, I just showing entrepreneurs that the journey is the most important, right? The journey of creating your empire. And then once you get there, hold on to it, but take time to yourself on your way up. Take time to yourself afterwards. Fulfill your heart by giving back your knowledge with books and with letting another entrepreneur listen to your story and go, I could do that. Like, I'm listening to you, like, I could build Pictionary. Like, this is,
If I can do it, anybody can do it. Come on.
Well,
I mean, seriously.
Yeah,
I'm not being, flip or sarcastic. It's like, anybody can do anything.
Yeah.
You really can.
You're such an inspiration, Rob. And I hope that whoever watches this, even if I know we only have an hour and we still have to play the game. I've got the girls from Girl Talk.
Oh, no.
I've got Francis and Christina here.
It's the only part of the interview I'm not going to enjoy. I'm terrible at my own game.
We're going to try and play one little game. It's kind of like drinking a shot of Patron with John Paul. You got to play Pictionary with Rob Angel, the creator. It's one of, you're in that same category of awesomeness. So we're going to play for you guys a game of Pictionary. Well, maybe not the whole game, but we're going to watch Rob in action. So I know you're all jealous that we're going to play with Rob. So I can't thank you enough for being here today. I know it's a short hour and I want to have you on for so much longer, but when people want to understand your story, they want to get inspired, they can buy your book on Amazon, Gamechanger. They can also go to Western Washington University, take your class.
There you go.
I'm sure they have the class online, right? They have to. They probably film it.
No, right now it's in class.
Oh, it's in class.
It's in
okay,
class,
well,
but they will.
Eventually, just put a cell phone up there. Who cares?
Kind of like that.
Yeah, get a cell phone in there. But in the interim, let's bring on Francis and Christina, and we're going to have Luke switch up the set.
All right.
I can't wait to play with you.
Me either.
Are you sick of this?
No. No, it's because I'm terrible. I mean, it's not a joke.
You said you weren't a good drawer.
No,
so
having made your team is not an advantage.
No, we're going to find out your skill set right now because underneath every Christmas tree should be your board game for all the generations.
That's true.
Because get off your cell phone, buy a board game, get your kids off their cell phone to do real life. This is a family game.
Yep.
We all love to play it.
Yep.
It creates a mindset. It creates intellectual stimulation. It creates engagement between family members and friends.
The stories, half the joy of Pictionary for me is the stories I hear about what people got out of playing Pictionary.
Yes, exactly.
The joy, the happiness. It's just, that's the magic.
It's a friendly family thing. It's an Easter thing. It's a Christmas thing. It's a daily thing. It's whatever you want. And I did not realize it was a beer thing. That was new for me. So let's get playing Pictionary and Luke, let's switch up the stage. Without further ado, we have the ladies of Girl Talk Logic joining Rob Angel from Pictionary for a game unmatched.
Oh my.
We've got
Christina Sorensen, Francis Cardone,
and
Rob Angel.
Okay, we're back. Okay, we are fierce. We're back. I've got teams. The ladies came in today just for you.
Oh my.
just for you.
We think this should be a household Christmas gift, so we want to make sure that we make fools out of ourselves today.
I think we got that covered. I think we're good.
You already mentioned that you can't draw, so you're going first. But Christina has something to say.
Well, this has just been so nostalgic because I feel like this Pictionary game has been in my household for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
It was a part of my childhood. It was around when we would do family reunions and just to meet you in person. And not only to meet you, but to play the game with you, like full circle. Like what a honor. Aww. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You're an honor.
I'm an honor. We called a couple of things today.
This is so cool, you guys.
And Francis?
Well, I mean, who hasn't had this game in their house at all times? And we love game. Growing up as kids, me and my three brothers would sit around playing, Pictionary, and I mean, I suck at it, but I have fun.
Well, we're going to be a great teammate. That's great.
Yeah, you two. Well, we were going to do all different, you two and us, but I think we're just going to do individual teams.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're all going to try and guess your drawing.
Don't.
Because you're so fabulous at drawing, Rob.
No pressure.
Okay, so let's get started. Show us
what to do.
Because
tell us how to play.
I sent everybody a link, and everybody at home, it's very easy to play. It's actually it's a no-brainer. It's something that you should play with your family. Get them off your iPhones.
Yes.
There you go.
You got the Christmas tree. You got Easter, whatever you got. Family time should be right here. Playing a board game. Board games, they seem like so 70s, 80s, right?
No, they're coming back.
They're bringing them back.
They're totally coming back.
Because people want to get off that cell phone. Your eyes hurt.
Too many EMFs.
Yeah, but we do realize that this is not the original packaging, Rob.
That's all right. I'm over it. It's okay. No, it's still, but the essence of the game is still there. It still plays the same way. It's still great.
Still plays the same way, and
Still
you can get
great.
it on Amazon, and they can see this packaging, and they'll know what it is.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's get going. Let's dive right in.
Okay.
What do we do?
Well,
How do we
I think I remember how to play.
Okay, so you pick a card, and then you draw it on the whiteboard, and we try and guess what you're drawing or what the word is, correct?
Exactly.
I guess she's explaining it.
we call it charades on paper. So
Okay.
instead of acting, you're drawing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
Okay. So we want to make a
Black Hawk Down.
All right.
Black Hawk Down.
That was good.
All right. So
Make it easy. Make it easy.
I'll get a word here. I got the mic up. Somebody do the timer.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Christina's timer
Christina's
girl.
the timer girl. Okay.
All right.
Okay,
Oh,
all
she's
right.
already started.
Okay,
All right.
started.
Okay,
Okay, wait.
okay.
Wait.
Ready?
Okay,
Ready?
here we go.
Go.
Here we go.
Go.
How does that work?
Okay.
A plank.
Is it a
Hopscotch.
Is it what?
Cross.
Is it a crossing? Crossing? Oh,
A bomb. Fire.
fire?
Fire pit. Fireball.
Fire square?
Fire square.
Fire window.
Firefly.
Window.
Firefly.
Airplane crashing.
Did I mention that terrible? No.
Fire paper.
Is it a window?
Steam. Fire.
Is it a window?
Firewall.
Is it
Fire. Ash.
No, he's pointing to that.
Door.
Well, that's
That's
coming off the
something that's-
fire.
Oh, ashes.
Ashes, dust to dust.
Come on. Yes, you can guess.
Is it a chimney?
No.
Luke.
It's a fire. Does it
What
have
is
fire?
this? What is this?
It's
Is
a
it a
smoke.
window? Is it a window?
Smoke. Smoking on the water.
This is salt. We'll make it solid. Here we go.
It's
is
solid.
This is a solid piece of something.
Is it a house? Is it
No, it's
something?
this, then.
A s'more. Fire.
Yes.
S'mores.
There you go.
It's
Good job.
marshmallow.
Come on.
Okay, so now she gets to roll and move forward on the board, right?
Right.
Yes.
However
Where are we
many.
starting
Okay,
here?
so
Yeah.
so roll your die
Okay.
and then move forward as you. Oh my God, that was
that
the
was
worst
good.
s'more drawing ever.
It wasn't that
Alright.
s'more.
It
I'm
looks like
sorry.
you're like,
That's great.
but
Look
we
at
didn't
the
know that was a
fun
stick.
I'm not.
That's a marshmallow.
Until you drew the fork, we didn't know what it was.
I know what it was.
I did
Yeah.
not know what it
Yeah,
was.
that's true.
I thought it was something of a window or the house with
Okay.
fire.
Okay, roll your
Okay.
roll.
Well, I
roll.
learned something.
Okay,
Oh, wait,
and
who's
you
gonna-
are 4, so you get to move forward 4.
Now, whatever the color
One,
is.
2, 3.
4.
Go ahead. There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
So now she picks
Yeah.
I get to pick a card.
Oh.
And you get to
any
draw
card.
again?
Okay,
And I'll flip the time.
and you pick from the red, the whatever is red,
Oh,
right?
of course it's.
Don't tell us.
Oh,
No.
You can't tell
What
us
are
what
you
it is. You
doing?
got to
Oh, shit.
draw it.
Okay.
Well, I thought she has a drawing.
Okay.
Right? You're drawing.
I'm drawing.
You're drawing.
You're
it.
drawing.
Okay.
Don't. I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
There you go.
I promise I didn't see
I don't
it.
even know how to draw this, you guys.
Well, you got to try.
gotta
That's
try
the
it.
point of the
I have
game.
faith in you. Let's do it.
See how this is great? Everyone like laughed. They're like, okay.
Okay.
Christina, you
Ready?
know you have children, so
I
you
know
should
I'm
be
a
good
good
at
drawer,
this.
but I don't know how to
Are we
draw what I'm
going?
drawing.
Okay, go.
Okay, go. Ready? Wait,
ready?
who has a timer?
I do.
Oh, there you
I
go.
just flipped it over.
Oh, it's already going.
Oh, I
Go.
know what to do.
Sorry,
Okay,
go.
okay.
Okay.
Marshmallow.
Mountains. Mouth. Kissing.
Kissing.
Face,
Kissing. Lips.
smile, kiss.
Lips.
Oh,
Is it lips?
pucker. Pucker up.
Kiss. Oh, girl talk. Girl talk. Girl talk.
Girl
lips?
talk,
Girl
lips.
talk. Kiss.
Lips.
Girl talk.
Lips.
Podcast. Girl
Talking.
talk. Podcast. Girl talk. Host. Girl talk show.
Girl talk,
Girl
smile.
podcast.
Podcast.
Smile.
Bunch of girls.
Laugh,
TV show.
giggle.
TV
Talk show.
Talk show. Girl talk show.
Girl talk.
Girl talk.
Daytime talk show.
Daytime show. Yeah.
Talking with each other on Thursday night.
Gossip.
Gossip. Oh. It's a
Talking,
pop culture.
collaboration.
Pop culture.
What was it?
That's good.
What was it?
Pop culture.
How did I get
Oh my
it?
goodness.
How did I get pop culture? How did I get pop culture?
It's like, oh my God, girl talk, what do we talk about, ladies?
Pop culture. Because I
Oh my
thought you had
God.
pop. Like,
There you
okay.
go. I can't believe you got that.
I was going
I
to draw
cannot
popcorn.
believe
I
it.
just
got
want to
that.
say you're welcome,
That
world.
was really
Okay,
good.
okay. So now I roll.
is so much fun.
really good.
Okay.
I was no help.
Okay, so red again. Okay, so now I pick,
Yeah.
right? And where do we put these? Just anywhere?
Yeah,
You
just
to the
throw them on the
side.
floor.
Okay, so I'm going to pick in the middle.
There you go.
I'm
That'll
feeling
change
lucky.
it
Oh,
up.
I didn't
Make it
erase
easy.
mine. I'm sorry.
It's okay. What?
See? It's hard, you guys. It's hard. But it's
Really?
fun.
Okay. Oh my God. I have no idea how I'm going to draw this.
Pop culture.
Okay.
See?
Christine, I cannot believe you pop culture out of that.
Okay, so by the way,
like literally.
whiteboard, Amazon Prime.
Oh, love
there
Amazon
you go.
Prime.
Love it.
Okay. All right.
We'll put
start
the
this-
link down below.
Oh, this doesn't erase very good. Oh, well. Okay, cheapie. Okay,
we got
Amazon.
this.
All right.
China.
All right. Okay, so
Ready?
I am going to go with green. Well, no, I'm going to go with, yes, green.
What color?
Green, is
Okay,
that,
I
is
got
that
the black.
relevant?
Go.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's black if you
Go.
need it.
I don't know how we're going to yeah, green is relevant.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my God. Okay, ready? We're going? Okay.
I've never played so
here we
much
go.
stressful Pictionary before.
Okay.
Is that a person?
Person.
Is it a woman?
Yeah.
Is it a woman?
Leader. Totem pole.
Man.
No, not a woman. A girl.
Man.
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 Okay, got it. So do I get to
Got it.
write the word that you
No.
guys get yet? No, okay. So, okay.
Technically, no.
That's one.
No.
Okay.
Man.
So now,
Man-child. Men.
Man.
okay, so
Green man.
3 men and a baby.
Man
Is that grass?
swimming.
Grass. Water.
Swimming,
Man
water.
is swimming.
Water.
Jumping.
Drowning.
Uh,
Green.
Green.
Green man.
Green man.
Aquaman.
A green man. Nicely done. Nicely done.
Jason
Yeah, green water man.
Jason.
I'm like, there's
Okay.
no way I was going to get Aquaman.
We're good.
Oh my God,
We
okay.
are good. We love your game.
And for the record, I cheated from the beginning when I said, is green relevant to the story?
Yeah, you're not
that's
supposed to
right.
say that. Yeah.
Ah.
So I went like this.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
technically we didn't cheat. Okay,
That's
okay.
all right.
But so you're not allowed to say you're not allowed to do anything but draw, and that's
Correct.
how. Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
now everybody makes
Okay,
up
so
their
now-
own rules.
Extending
You
the
roll,
rules.
It's all
you
right.
roll, and you move
Oh.
forward. There's only 2 pieces in here, so
Yeah,
you
2
not-
teams.
Just
It's okay.
Oh, I see. I
Oh,
see.
okay, so
I-
I'll be the
We're
second
making
team.
up new rules
Yeah,
as we
yeah.
We're
go.
making it up, so
So
you
this-
guys get to pick again.
We're
so
with the owner.
We're here.
It's okay.
We're the owner of Pictionary. We're going to make a suggestion. 2 more pieces. Okay.
Okay.
2.
There we go.
Oh, that's okay. Okay,
So-
so
All right.
Let me see. So we were
Blue.
here, right?
no, you're
No.
right here.
You got to start from the
Oh,
top.
sorry.
Starting from the
Okay,
beginning,
what-
so
Wait.
You go to green.
2.
Uh-huh.
Green.
There you go.
okay,
Pick
so
a
pick
card.
a. So now you pick a card, and then you pick the green word
Card
that's
on.
in
Okay,
there.
I don't have my glasses on, so
You know, here's a way how to cheat. I can read it to you. And then I won't
Just
guess.
look at it very closely, Francis. You
Luke
got
will
this.
tell you what it is.
Yeah.
Luke, yeah,
Okay,
read
wait,
her green
I
card.
could read it.
Luke is.
But
No, don't look.
I'm not looking.
Okay, now
That's-
tell her what it is.
What's
that's
in
a,
her
no, I know what
ear?
it
All right, we're not going to list.
This is fun, actually.
I love it.
You're saying
Actually,
that like you're
you didn't
confused and it's
expect
fun.
it to
But
be
I
fun.
forgot how much fun it was. I haven't played it for 20 years, Rob.
I've played sparingly over the last several years, both times with my children. Both times I got my ass kicked.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I highly recommend this for every
No, I
family
have
out
to
there.
choose any of these.
oh, I can't decide how to use
Just the
green.
green
No, she has to do green.
Just the green.
Just the
Just the
green.
Oh,
She
Yeah.
landed on green.
This is a tough one.
Don't show us. Don't look.
No, I'm not.
I got the
You
timer
got
ready
this.
to
You
go.
got this,
Okay, ready?
Francis. You got this.
Okay.
Ready, set, go.
This is really
Go.
hard. Okay. Oh my goodness.
Heart.
Heart, no.
Good start.
It's
Just start drawing.
An
Ear.
anchor. A tooth.
Tooth.
United States.
Wisdom tooth. Dog.
US.
Pony.
Mammal.
Unicorn. Horse.
Dog, cat.
Oh, what's that called? That
Cow.
one animal that's like a
Narwhal.
narwhal.
Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible.
It's okay. Just keep
Pig.
going.
Is it-
An animal. Is it a sea
It's an
animal?
animal. It's an animal.
Giraffe.
Is it
But
Or-
it's a fictitious
Not an
animal. It's like
No.
it's not a real animal. It's made in fairy tales, right?
Lilo and Stitch.
It's a dead animal.
Dead
It's
animal. Roadkill.
Ah.
It's dead.
Dead
Roadkill.
Poet Society.
Fur.
De-
Fur coat.
Dead.
Oh my goodness.
Dead reckoning.
Dead.
Dead. Not alive.
Goodness. Yeah.
Not alive. It's
Unalive. Dead.
Reincarnation.
Expired animal. Expired.
Yes, you're so close.
Expired.
You're so close.
It's expired animal. It's
expired animal. What's an
deceased animal.
Deceased. Dead.
Deceased.
Clue.
Dead.
Dead.
Yes. Good.
Dead.
Dead
No
animal.
more. Gone. Deceased.
Dead.
Reincarnated.
Unalived.
Yeah, it's what'd you say?
Unalived.
Unalive.
Yeah, that's not really a word. But
Not even a word.
Unalive.
Yes, because it's
Dead.
not.
It's not alive. It's dead.
it's-
not alive.
It's-
What?
It's.
What? Yeah. Oh, can I hint?
The timer's
Is she
off.
like-
Oh, time.
Oh, okay. So now she says
Okay,
what it
what
is,
is it?
right?
Extinct.
Ah,
Oh my God!
how do you not get that?
I know.
Extinct
I
is-
was
But
like,
you did
yeah.
really good.
That was supposed to be a dinosaur.
So now
and
what
no
happens?
longer.
So now
If it was
and
a
looking at the
dinosaur,
drawing,
I
now we
would
know why
have
they're
got the
extinct.
If
Okay,
you
so now what happens?
Oh, that's what happens.
Now
Since we're making it up as we go, I guess I'll go again.
Okay.
Who's ever next in line?
Okay. Okay.
So now
Oh, that was a
you
hard one.
roll and you see how far you go then, right?
Yes. Oh, golly.
Oh,
There we
Okay,
go.
so you roll.
okay.
Where's your roller?
Where's my roll? There it is.
The dice. Oh,
Okay.
it's right here.
We don't need this. Okay.
Okay.
This would be great with a beer.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, 5.
Again with the beer.
Oh, you got 5.
Well, I'll
Okay.
just pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just made that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yellow. Huh?
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Boom. Yeah. Okay, I'll take this one.
Oh, you're a cheater.
Is he cheating?
It's my game. I'll do what I want.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
And
Okay.
for the category,
We can say category?
I just yeah.
We're rolling with it, Francis.
Oh, okay.
You can't
I didn't know we could do
question
category.
my
I didn't
owner.
do category either.
All right, never mind. Here we go.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Okay, ready?
No categories today.
No
Okay.
categories today.
Okay.
Go.
Is it a man?
Balloon.
Stick
Is it a
figure.
man?
Oops.
Person.
Family. Family values.
It's a man
Holding a purse.
holding something.
Gay.
Okay.
Super happy.
Identifies as.
Oh man, old geezer.
what's a-
stick.
what's a
the
the
crane.
handy
the
stick.
yo-yo game.
Handicap.
The pogo stick. Pogo stick.
He is an older
Crutch.
Is it a
gentleman.
yo-yo?
Did I
Is
get
it
it?
a crutch?
Right.
Crunch. I got it. Woo!
That one right.
Got it.
That was good.
This is so much fun, Rob. I mean, we can play this
Yes,
all day long.
all day.
We only have so many minutes,
Yeah.
but you have been such a blessing to come on, show young entrepreneurs that, I mean, this is an easy game.
It's,
Yes, and it's
well, clearly
fun.
very simple.
Well, it's
And it's
no, but
fun.
it's
Yeah.
thought through. All your words on here. These are the words you picked
Some of those are still those words 40 years ago. Yeah.
on this.
They still
these
work.
From his
cards
backyard.
In my
from your
backyard.
backyard
Yep.
that are still on here. It's not the same packaging as you originally had, which I loved, by the way.
Me too. But the essence is still there.
The
Yeah.
essence is still there.
Yeah.
We all
I highly
got up off our
recommend.
chairs.
Yeah.
I got excited for picking, which means my brain worked.
Yeah.
I mean, that is amazing right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. And it gets the adrenaline pumping.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interactive. It's fun. I highly recommend
Yeah.
this in everybody's household.
Yeah. And by the way, this is not a sales pitch for any reason. I've known
No,
Rob
we just
for
really
30
love
years.
Pictionary.
Yeah.
It's
Who
his
doesn't?
40th
It's awesome.
anniversary next week, right?
Yep.
40, You're going to
Wow.
Seattle.
Going
And
to
I was
Seattle?
a fan
Yeah.
before I met you, so this is
Yes.
like incredible.
Yeah.
Thank
So I have to tell you all, pick up a board game, get off your phones. I'm a huge phone person, so for me to say that's pretty significant. But thank you for watching this episode of Spotlight
Thank
by
you for
Girl
being
Talk
here.
Logic. I'm Elizabeth Vargas.
Christina Sorensen.
Rob Angel.
Francis Cardone.
Like, follow, subscribe, support us on Patreon, but more importantly, subscribe on YouTube and watch the next video. But more importantly, after that, buy the Pictionary game on
Play a game.
Amazon. Love you, Rob. Thank you.
Rob.
You're phenomenal. I'm gonna actually play this with my family this season.
Oh my gosh.
I have this game at home.
Yeah.
Before.
I like it. Thank you so